Dispute over app strains Japan-South Korea ties. Tokyo sailed the elective viewed in Seoul as a plan to weaken joint venture. There is a strong view from the U.S. and elsewhere of the importance of preserving good Japan-Korea relations. A joint venture set up in 2019 by two top Japanese and South Korean companies was hailed as a beacon of cooperation amid strained diplomatic relations. Executives from South Korea's neighbor and the Japan SoftBank Group said they would jointly own the operator of Line, a messaging app developed in South Korea and popularized in Japan. They gave the project a code name that emphasized cooperation, Gaia. 5 years later, Japan and South Korea have made significant strides in easing long-standing historical tension, but a rift has emerged over the ownership of the neighbor SoftBank venture, and the diplomats and international relations experts fear it could put new stress on ties between the countries. Japan and South Korea, both key United States allies in Asia, have a sensitive history. Japan colonized Korea from 1910 until Japan's World War II surrender in 1945, and Japan and South Korea have often scuffled over territory and geopolitical differences. As we've seen many times in the past, relations between Japan and Korea shift, and smaller points of tension, whether they be wartime or modern, can quickly escalate to impact defense and diplomacy more broadly, said Michael, Regional Managing Director at CCSI, a group in New York that advises governments on international security issues. The stakes are elevated given concerns about North Korean nuclear proliferation and heightened instability in the region. Ms. Takeuchi said there is a strong view from the U.S. and elsewhere that preserving Japan and Korea's good relations is more important than ever, she said. The messaging platform at the center of the dispute, Line, was introduced in Japan in 2011 by Naver, the operator of South Korea's leading search engine. After the Tohoku earthquake and the tsunami that year, when phone lines in Japan were disrupted, Line enabled users to communicate via an internet connection. Since then, Line, known for its in-screen stickers featuring expressive rabbits and bears, has become Japan's most popular messaging app, amassing hundreds of millions of users and expanding into Thailand, Taiwan, and Indonesia. In 2019, the SoftBank founder Masayoshi Son and Hae-Jin Lee, a co-founder of Naver, agreed to create a 50-50 joint venture that would indirectly operate the line. Reported to the deal as the Son-Lee Alliance. Japanese-South Korean relations at the time were at a historic low. The previous year, South Korea's Supreme Court had ordered several Japanese companies to compensate South Koreans forced to work in the company's factories during World War II. Japan reacted to the judicial order in 2019 by imposing export restriction on chemicals essential to South Korea's semiconductor industry. The country's top leaders were not speaking, and there was talk of severing intelligence sharing agreements. This was a big problem for the United States, which had been trying to get Japan and South Korea to work together to counter challenges from China and North Korea. But relations between South Korea and Japan then improved greatly. In March 2023, President Yoon of South Korea announced a plan to compensate former postal laborers using money from a government-led fund. Later that month, Mr. Yoon met one-on-one with Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, the first such meeting in 12 years, and Japan lifted this restriction on semiconductor material exports. But later last year, cracks started opening in the neighbor SoftBank venture. We are in a phase of recovering relations, but both parties are highly aware of what has happened in the past, he said. Even with a stronger foundation built, there are still cracks that need to be reckoned with.